Hey everyone, Bandit here. Welcome back to the channel. We're back here in Boulder, Colorado for leg 2 of our delivery flight of the Beechcraft Baron. Anyway, it looks like a beautiful day. I think we'll be able to go VFR. There might be some broken cloud further on, but we can always pick up an IFR clearance if we need to. But the weather here in Boulder is looking pretty good. Right now it's clear skies, 33 degrees, light winds out of the east, and in Jackson Hole it is calm winds and just some high broken cloud, and 19 degrees. So it looks like a great day to do a VFR leg. So without further ado, let's just get the airplane prepped and ready to go. Make it a quick walk around here. We'll get the chocks off. Covers off. Everything looks good. Okay, I'll leave the door open just to keep it from getting so hot in here. And we'll get her started up, and then we'll get on our flight plan loaded up. Get things going. Okay, so we'll turn the battery on. Get the alternators on. Props are full forward. Get the mixtures full forward. Both fuel tanks are on. Put the nav and the beacon light on. And we will start the right engine first. So we'll get the fuel pump going. Check fuel pressure. We're a little higher density altitude here, so it's chip is still in the green, so it's looking good. We'll leave it on for a little bit longer. It's good. We'll crack the throttle a bit. Clear prop, clear on the right, clear on the left. Perfect. Got a good start. T's and P's are coming up. Pressure is looking good. And we'll set it about 1200 RPM, just under 12. Perfect. We'll do the same for the other engine. Again, fuel pressure is good, leave it on. Back down, fuel pressure off, crack the throttle, it's clear on the left. Perfect, good start on that engine. First thing we'll do is 49 degrees in here, we'll get the AC going. Lower on high, and we'll add a little bit of power so we can get some cooling going off on the airplane here. The avionics master on. And I got the TDS here. Had a little bit of issues with the PMS one last time, so I'm going to use the TDS one time.
TOS, system test okay.
Okay, we'll start off with our flight plan. So we got the AC door open. Let's just get some weather here first. So we're at KBDU. The weather again, 0706, 10 miles, 333014. And that is set. For our flight plan, and our flight plan today, I'll just show you on Navigraph charts here. So we're here in just northwest of Denver, and we're going to head up just along the foothills here. The terrain gets pretty high up here. We probably have to go up to about 12,000 feet, 11,500 feet. And then we're going to come in through Colorado, just come in through the gap here in the Teton Mountains, and then down into Jackson Hole. So that's the plan. The weather's looking pretty good. Departure out of here would be taken off out of the eastbound. Quick left-hand turn. And this is Class E airspace here, so we don't need any clearance to go into it, but we'll just stay to the left side as much as we can. We'll head north up to this waypoint here, and then we'll head up to Laramie, I think is the VOR. Laramie. And then we'll continue on our route from there. So that's the plan. Let's get those waypoints loaded into the GPS here. So we'll add a waypoint ELLDO. LAR. Laramie, HUNTZ, needs, and NALSI. And our destination is KJAC. Perfect. Well, good. We'll have a look at the map, just make sure that looks reasonable. Yep, so that's pretty much our route there. Okay, I've got the airplane loaded up. Got just over between 3/4 and half a tank, a full tank of gas on each side, and starting to cool off in here nicely. We got 1200 for the squawk. Initial altitude, we'll go to 10.5 initially. Perfect, and that looks good. So I think we have everything set up. So let's taxi out and do some run-up checks. So I'll zoom into the airplane here. We're just going to taxi out. We'll do a quick run-up over here, and then we'll head out runway 08. I'm just going to lean the mixtures a little bit for taxi. Get a taxi light on. Brakes are checked. And I did a little calculation using the charts and the BlackSquare manual. And at max gross weight, takeoff out of here with the elevation, we need about 3,000, or sorry, just over, I think it was 2,100 feet of runway. And to clear a 50-foot obstacle, we need 3,700 feet, and this is a 4,100-foot runway. So the runway is suitable for departure. I guess if you ever found yourself in a pinch for a runway takeoff distance, you just have to take off with a minimum amount of fuel to get to a bigger airport with a bigger runway. I'll just pull up over here. Ourselves into wind here. Okay, we'll set the parking brake. It looks good. Temperature's cooling off nicely. Okay, so we'll get our mixtures rich. Bring it up to 1700 RPM. And there's no ATC on VATSIM right now, so I'll just double check here just to make sure, but no, I don't see any ATC on, so we'll just do our normal broadcast calls for a departure. Got a little bit high on the RPM. Only need paid $1,700 for the checks. Okay, so that looks good. Cycle our props first. At least a 300-foot drop. That looks good. We'll check the mags. No more than a 150 drop, so that's good. That looks good. Okay, next we'll check our ammeters for alternators. So I'll turn the left alternator off, we got a light, and the load goes to 0. Turn the right off, we got a light, low volts, and load goes to 0. Turn the left off, low volts goes away, it takes the load. Turn the right off, and light goes out, and it takes the load as well. That looks good. Check our prop sync, or our prop de-ice, so its amps are in the green, and it should cycle. We got a little hot on our carb heat there. I'm going to open these cowl flaps up. Should have done that ahead of time. Just to keep it a little cooler. So props are good. We'll check the windshield. Get the windshield light. Little jump in the ammeter there. And then we'll check the pitot heat. Got a pitot heat light. Jump in the ammeter. Right pitot heat. Little jump. We'll bump in the ammeter, and they're all good, and we'll just shut them all off. And light is out. Looks good. We'll do the autopilot test. And all the lights are good. We'll engage the autopilot, and then we'll engage heading. And the heading's off to the left, turns to the left. And we'll turn our heading bug to the right. And the flight director goes to the right. Looks good. We'll disconnect the autopilot. And again, the flight director. That's good. Autopilot's off. And we'll set roughly around runway heading 080 for departure. Okay, that looks good. Check our flaps. Flaps to approach. And to land. We get the flaps down, and then we'll put them back up to approach for takeoff. Looks good. We'll check our trim. A little bit of CG was a little bit forward, so I'll put a little bit of nose down in the green. Trims are good. Altimeter is set, and I think we're all good. Radio, we're just going to use 22.8 for departure. Okay, I think we're all good. Starting to get cool in here, so I think we're ready to go. So it'll be a straight out 08 departure, left-hand turn, and we'll just do a slow climb, cruise climb up to eventually 10,500 feet. Okay, so taxi light is on, park and brake release. Okay, so I'll just make an announcement here. Boulder Muni traffic, it's Barron, November 848 Delta. We're departing northbound off of runway 08. It'll be 08 departure, left turn northbound up to 10,500 Boulder Muni traffic. Okay, we'll put alt on. Transponder, mixtures, props are good. We'll get our taxi light off, landing light on, strobe light on. We don't need pitot heat. Cowl flap is good. We'll shut off the AC. And I think we're all set to go. Carb heat's a little bit hot on that one engine, but once we get airborne, should be fine. Clear left. And lined up for 08. Power going. Got good manifold pressure. That's the nice thing about the turbocharged engine. You can get right up to the maximum manifold pressure at these altitudes. Airspeed's alive. 85 knots. Rotate. Positive rate, gear up. Speed's above 100, flaps up. You see we got some airflow going over the engine, so it's cooling us off nicely there. We'll get up to above 500 feet, start a left turn. Bring it back to about 35 for the climb. Bring the props back to about 25. Northbound here. A shallow climb out. So gear is up, flaps are up, props are set, and power is set. Get the map back to center here. We'll pick up that track. And as I said, the Class E airspace is right here, so we're just fine. This is Class B here, so as long as we stay clear of that. Nice cruise climb. A beautiful day here in the Denver, Colorado area. Should have some great scenery on this flight too, on this leg. We fly up through the Rocky Mountains. So this aircraft's not pressurized, but we do have oxygen on board. And you can fly up to, not sure what the rules are in the US, probably up to, might be 12.5 for 30 minutes without oxygen, but we'll just use our oxygen. So we're getting on track here. Got the wind out of the right. And actually, I'm just going to go up to 8,500. Don't need to go too high here. We'll eventually have to climb up a little higher as we head more northwestbound there, but get get the autopilot flight director on. Let's go vertical speed. Set it around 500 feet. We'll engage that. It's armed level off at 85. And we'll engage the nav. Perfect. We can get the prop sync on. It's cooling off nicely, so I don't think I'll need the AC. I'll just leave things where they are right now. Yeah, so we might be on top of some of this cloud as we go. We'll see what it's like further northwest there, but and that's okay too. You can also do VFR on top. It is 8,500, so we're captured. And we'll accelerate a little bit. And I'm going to keep about 3,500 on the manifold here. We'll go 24 on the prop. That looks good. We'll accelerate. The outside air temperature is 21 degrees. So we'll put 8.5 under 21. So you just take the little 8.5 here, put it under the 21 as close as possible, and that gives us a true airspeed of just over 200 knots. We can double check on the utilities here. And we got 201, so perfect. And let's see how the T's and P's are looking. Yeah, I'm going to leave the cowl flaps open. It's still pretty warm out there. And now we can start leaning off the mixture. So I'll lean it a little bit, and then we'll go into the lean find here. And we're going to lean rich a peak. So I'll just slowly pull the mixtures back till we get peak. See the two hottest cylinders there. There's peak on the left and peak on the right. I'll just slowly bring them back up. We're going to go about 20 degrees rich at peak, so we'll just go as it starts increasing here again. There we go, that looks good. That's in the ballpark. We're burning about 18 pounds, 17 and a bit aside, so that looks good. So the engines are lean nicely. Keep an eye on our T's and P's. So I can close those cowl flaps up now. And looking good. So we're going to get up to our first waypoint, ELLDO here. We're going to make a little left turn. And it's kind of just following along the northern edge of the foothills here. And then we can go to terrain mode here on the map too, and also see when we're going to start getting into higher terrain. Map menu, we'll pick the terrain mode. You can see here, if we stayed at 8,500 feet, we're going to be in the yellow here, so we'll probably go up to 10.5. And then you can see, even at 8,500 feet, most of the way is going to be pretty good until we get to this area here where we have to get into the valley where Jackson Hole is. So we'll probably have to climb up to 12.5 maybe for this little bit here. So I'll keep it in terrain mode. It's better, more useful to have that right now. Coming up to our first waypoint. Boy, the scenery looks amazing. Yeah, so I looked. There was a risk of thunderstorms in this area yesterday's forecast, but it's nothing right now showing up, and I didn't see anything in the forecast for Jackson Hole. So let me double check again. Taft, Jackson Hole. Yeah, there still is a risk of thunder showers, but there was nothing on the map on the weather radar when we took off. Just have to keep an eye out. We got a lot of extra gas. Our alternate's Boise, so we have a lot of extra fuel. Yeah, it's kind of fun to fly these VFR legs. Let me know in the chat or the comments if you've been doing any of these flights. If you have, how they've been going. 327 for our course. Pretty good. Got a little bit higher terrain coming up, so I'm going to start doing a slow climb up to 10.5 right now. So we'll just take that up to 10.5. Go vertical speed. Do about 500 foot per minute climb. Gauge that. And we're just monitoring 22.8 for VATSIM VFR traffic. Looks like a rain shower up here. And we can always go a little bit left there if we need to. Might be a good idea to start doing that just a bit now. So I'll just go in heading mode. And we'll just come a little bit left just to stay clear of these showers here. Get the radar on also. Yeah, you can see just some showers up there, so that's funny. On the, this is the sim weather, obviously, real world weather, but on the real radar map, I didn't see any thunder showers on our route, so we'll just deal with what we have. Looks like a nice gap up there. Bit right. So we got our VFR map here. Flying over Laramie. Just make sure that's not a class, that's just class Echo, looks like. So that should be fine. And after that, it's pretty much not a lot of airports between us. Got one more here. Class Echo, and then also class Echo there, and then the airport itself, probably as long as we're at a high altitude, shouldn't have any issues. One more class Echo airspace, and then we'll we need to, we'll get clearance going at Jackson Hole there. Well, 500 feet to go. So 10.5, you can fly all day. You don't need oxygen. If you're going to go much higher than that, then you should have your oxygen on. See, we have a full load of oxygen, so all we have to do is we would hook up these nasal O2 tubes and plug them into your oxygen. Not sure where the plug is. Usually it's back here somewhere, or it might be down here. There's an oxygen tube plug in somewhere, and then you would plug those in, and then you would pull your oxygen out to use your oxygen. So there's 12.5. We've captured that, or 11.5. Sorry, 10.5. That's the westbound altitude for VFR. Looking good. So now you can see we got lots of altitude for terrain. Even going through here, we could pick our way through at 10.5 if we need to. Yeah, so we could hang out here all day. We get up about 30 miles, we'll go a little bit right, over towards Laramie. And that is right now 37 miles. So yeah, so right when we get up here, we'll head back over, pick up our track a little bit more there. Yeah, that's a pretty good rain shower there. Yeah, that radar is looking like it's working pretty good. We'll probably head up through that way there, looks like. Quite a few rain showers around here. That's the thing this time of year, you're dealing with thunder showers quite often. This leg is about, I think the flight plan time was an hour 40. That's not too bad of a leg. Okay, so we're just coming up. Probably that weather over there, that weather over there, so probably head up this way. Just head up to the right of this here. Stay clear of that cell 1 o'clock, and then we'll pick up our track again. Might get the edge of a rain shower as we go through. Nice straight shot through here now. What I'll do is I'll just go direct to LAR just to clean up our track a little bit. That's good. I'll just keep it in heading mode, but 343 is our course. Hardly any wind right now. And that's only 20 miles, so we'll probably head up that way after. Yeah, I think for the first little while here, we'll definitely be dodging some weather. Might be easier just to get a clearance and go above it, but and I can't remember the maximum altitude on this airplane. I think it's around 20,000 feet. I think you might even be able to go higher actually with the turbocharged version. Yeah, it looks like once we get past this guy here, it should be pretty good. So might have to go up north the track a little bit and then turn left. We can fly through this little bit of rain showers here, but just want to stay clear of these yellow areas. It'll take about 8 legs to go on this trip, 8 or 9 legs I think. So we've done the 1 so far. And yeah, I think the next time we'll go down to Boise, then we'll try to work our way over to the coast if we can. So we'll try to do a couple of legs I think on the next trip. Boise's not very far, it's probably an hour flight. It's kind of hard to correlate that weather. Let's see how that's looking. Yeah, let me know in the chat or the comments if you've done many flights where you flew VFR, had to go dodging around thunderstorms. Definitely pretty common this time of year, this part of the U.S. And not too much showing up on radar here right now, which is strange. Next track should be coming up here. Stay clear of most of this stuff here. Might be able to fly through this stuff up here, but I don't know why none of this is showing up on the radar anymore. So next course is going to be 304. Kind of stay on the edge of this stuff up here. Maybe if we went to the left here and came around from that side. For some reason the radar is not picking anything up very well. Okay, we do have just one cell there, but so we'll go down here and then go around and then hopefully have a clear shot after this. Getting a little bit warm in or cool in here. Turn the cabin vent down. We get a little bit of heat going on low. Look at some chart here. Just pretend this is our iPad or iPad with our FlightAware software or Garmin Pilot or whatever. Really a lot of interesting stuff. Some stuff we need to look at up here though is these towers, and the highest tower goes up to about just over 8,000 feet, so we should be fine at 10.5. Do have a little bit of a hill here ahead of us, off in the distance. Haven't got hit by any rain yet, so that's good. Yeah, for some reason the circuit breakers, or so the radar is not giving us a very good picture there. Map here as to what the hill is up here. Doesn't really say Douglas Creek Reservoir. Back to the terrain settings. The higher terrain is probably masked back in the cloud there. Let's see if we can get parallel to our track here. We just have to go through the edge of this rain shower here. The visibility still looks pretty good. That's probably the higher terrain right there. You get a little bit of yellow right here, so probably be within 500 feet of terrain. That's the great feature of this terrain awareness. We'd just be skirting this right here. Now we should come back to track. Looks pretty good that direction. Yeah, there we go. A little bit of rain. Heat going here. Well, I hope we don't have to deal with this scud running through around the showers here all the way. This one sometimes it's just a little easier to go IFR, get above it. Looks good up here. We'll head to the right a little bit. Get back closer to our track. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get any ATC today by the looks of it. Still can't figure out what's going on with this weather radar. Was showing the weather pretty good there at the start. Back on track here. There's a bunch of those windmills. A bunch over here. Definitely see through that over there, so I'm going to come back to the track. Skirt this rain shower. Good visibility down this way. Well, it looks okay. I think if we head up this way, we just skirt that rain shower. Just hit a nav here once we get back on track. We got to go to our next leg, looking like 100 miles. Okay, I'll just engage nav mode. Yeah, it's looking okay. definitely some more showers up there, but we'll take a look at that as we get a little bit closer. I don't know why this heater is not working. So, yeah, it's not on right now. Pilot heater, blower low. Might have to have the vent open, I think. Yeah, you do have to have the vent open to get heat. There's this cabin vent. I think it's just you have to have some fresh air ventilation when you're running the heater, so you can't have it fully closed. Now it appears to be working. I don't need it too hot here, so I'm just going to crack that a little bit. Quiet on the radios. Yeah, so Jackson Hole is an included airport with the last update for the national parks. So if you download the free update for World Update 22, I believe it was, which included a lot of national park assets, and it also includes the airport Jackson Hole. It's a nice little airport. Included for free. That's the scenery we're going to be using today. So look at the weather for Jackson Hole. Weather data right now is 23 degrees, clear skies, and 3027. Perfect. So let's take a look at a airport on our route here. So we'll get the Laramie Airport there. And let's get the weather there. We'll just update our altimeter. So the weather data at Laramie was 3029. Set that. Okay, I hit the B, so obviously it's not quite what they're saying there was at Laramie. Well, I'll just hit the B key, keep the altimeter up to date. A little more heat going here. High elevation terrain, but actually pretty flat up here. And our VFR chart here. We got a reservoir coming up here. Should be an airport up here. See if we can get that airport. That's KRIW. Be up around here. So it was KRIW. They have some weather. 3013. And it is 10 miles clear. Yeah, so it's definitely getting clear as we go up here, further up here. Still looks like some rain showers up ahead though. Yeah, so I did a flight in Jackson when the scenery came out, and the mountains look amazing there. The new updated scenery looks really good. There's the reservoir we're looking at on the map. Pretty big reservoir. Gas is good. T's and P's are all looking good. Temperature right now, if it goes below 10, we'll put the pitot heat on, but it's fine right now. Let's take a look at the chart for Jackson Hole. We got a 6,300 foot runway. The winds were calm there, so I'm not sure what they're going to be using for the runway. And we got GA parking down on the south here, so if we land south, we'll just exit here at Alpha 2 and then taxi into parking. If we land north, we'll exit Alpha 3 and just take it in. We'll plan a visual approach since the weather is looking good. So it should be pretty straightforward. I'll look up the real world data on my phone and see what runway they're using in real life. And that's the one we'll use as well. Jackson Hole. Well, they don't have a digital data set, so winds are calm. Yeah, so it'll just depend on the traffic. We'll be coming in from the north. heading. Take a little bit left. Looks clear over there. Again, the radar's not showing very much. I'm not sure how the weather generation in the sim works. Like in real life, there might not be very good radar coverage up in this area. So, but it might just be generating random showers. And this might be only based on what real world weather radar shows up. So I'm not sure how that works, but we did have good radar coverage when we were closer to Denver, but now we're not getting anything showing up here, even though there's lots of weather around. Anybody knows how that works exactly in the sim? Let me know. In real life, the furthest I've had to deviate for weather was probably 100 miles off a track. Massive thunderstorms in the Midwest in the U.S. there, up through Kansas area. Huge lines of thunderstorms. Up, yep, that's good. So you could go direct to the next waypoint here, just get your track centered up, but I just like to leave the original tracks in for the flight plan. Because if anything happened and I had to give somebody reference because I'm deviating for weather, I'm not right on track, I could let somebody know, hey, I'm currently at this position, just right now 3.6 miles off our track. The west of track. It looks good. We'll just fly through this little rain shower here. So I'll get back on track after that. Heaters on. So we get to HUNTZ, we can kind of do a fuel check, see how things are going. We do have lots of gas though. had the wrong one pulled out for the heat here. That was just pilot air, one pilot cabin heat there. Now you can see the heat's coming up. We'll get back over to our track. Got about 45 minutes to get to our next waypoint there. KIRW. See what that has for runways. 4,800 foot runway for the main runway there. Definitely go there if we have to. Getting a little plane wash going on here. Weather's starting to improve, I think. Let's go a little further west here. Broken clouds just above us. And the showers appear to be dissipating a little bit. Okay, now it's getting too hot in here. So just keep that crack open a little bit. It looks like smooth sailing up ahead here now. We'll go back to that airport info. And that is 5,500 feet. So we're going to be well above the airport, so no issues there if they have a control tower. You can see charts here. So it's just a CTAF, so it's uncontrolled. We're going to be well above it. Almost back on track here. Very light wind out of the right, off the right there, right quarter. It looks like smooth sailing ahead here now. We're probably just coming up on, probably just past halfway. Put it back in nav mode. Looking good. Okay, I think we got no issues of terrain or weather for the next few minutes. I'm just going see, we got to run a little errand in the kitchen there and just making some sourdough bread. So I got to get the oven preheated up there. So I'll get that going and I'll be right back. So I'm just going to leave it on this track. Should be fine for the next few minutes. See you in a few minutes. Okay, oven's on the go. Still looking pretty good up here. Miles till we get to the waypoint HUNTZ, and a slight left turn after that. We're going to be going through the valley up here and enter into the valley for Jackson Hole. Fuel's looking. Position, flight plan, and KJAC. So we should have 61 gallons of jacks with hour 41 reserve. That's pretty good. Trip planning, do the same thing there. Position, flight plan. Got about another 43 minutes to go. So we're well over halfway. Hour 40 was the total time. we'll do for line up this valley into the valley here. And once we get up to needs here, we will just follow this highway up through the valley into valley for Jackson Hole. So it's probably the best route to go VFR. We've got pretty high terrain around here, peaks either side of the road up to 10.5. So if we were going IFR, we need to go up to about 12.5, but probably stay at around 10.5 and just kind of stay on the road and follow that up. Might have to go up a little bit higher, but we should be pretty good, I think, at 10.5. So once we get needs, we'll look for this road and we'll just fly this visually up until we get into the valley. We'll turn left and it'll take us right into Jackson Hole. And depending, there's one guy there right now, but depending on which way they're landing with the calm winds, we can take a straight in for runway 19, or we can join a downwind for runway 01. Left-hand downwind, I'm thinking probably come in this way for the downwind, or just join it straight in. So either way, it'd be pretty straightforward. Updating my altimeter with the B key here, but normally you just get the nearest altimeter from nearest airports and set those. So again, if I go to RIW here, see how close it's going to be when we get there. If I go back to waypoint info, weather data, it's saying it's 1013. 3013, sorry. So see, that's quite a bit higher. So we'll see what it's like when we get there. So I got that set now, and we'll hit the B key when we go over and see how close it is. Seems to be a little bit off though. Okay, our track now is 291. Definitely looks like smooth sailing now. Okay, over HUNTZ we have over utilities, fuel planning. Right now we have fuel on board. Put it in pounds. I don't know if you can put this one in pounds actually. No, so we have fuel on board 84.5 gallons. So if we go to our flight plan, over HUNTZ, we should have fuel on board 477. Conversion, US gallons to pounds. So it is 507 pounds we need, or 507 pounds we have, so a little bit of deviating we've done. Or sorry, avgas, I'm looking up different fuels here. Avgas, yeah. So basically we have 507 pounds, and plan was we would have at HUNTZ 477, yeah, so we're going to actually have an extra 30 pounds of gas right now, even with the deviations we've done, so we're doing doing good on the fuel. Okay, so that is Central Wyoming Regional Airport, and it is right there. Nice. Make sure we're on the live weather. Yep, we are on live weather. So we're going to clear the airport by a good 5,000 plus feet, I think. If I hit the B key, the altimeter should stay the same. And it does. There we go. Look at that. The altimeter is updated. Temperature is okay. Just a little bit warm. Just chuck that down a little bit. Fuel is good. T's and P's are all looking good. And when we get up to our next waypoint there by Needs, which is in 16 minutes, and we're just going to be doing some IFR, I-follow roads, to get us into Jackson Hole. I can set up a visual approach there. Just see if there's any traffic there yet, what they've been. Yeah, that plane, he probably landed there, so I don't know what, I think we'll just take a straight in for 01 if there's no other traffic there, so, or straight in for 119, so I'll just load a visual approach for that. Let's go to visual 19, I'll load it in, and we'll have a reference for that when we, also, I can get the airport info for Jackson Hole. It is at 6451, so probably 7,500 foot. Pattern altitude, we'll just get the latest weather there. Winds are calm, 10 miles, clear skies, 24 degrees, 3024. Perfect. Also look in the charts if there's any other info about circuits or anything like that. So we've got So I could use that website on SkyVector and just have a look at that. See about which way the circuit is. So Jackson Hole, runway 1 is left-hand circuit, 19 is left-hand circuit. So basically, they're both left-hand circuits, which is normal, so that's fine. Okay, so the weather looks good. Planning a straight in runway 19, and got our arrival plan by following the highway into Jackson Hole. So let's hope that plan comes together. Need the CTAF frequency for there, so look that up in the charts. So on VATSIM now, when you're outside the zone, so we're 22.8 outside the zone, but if you're flying into an airport that has a control tower, then you use the CTAF frequency. So we'll look on the chart here for Jackson Hole. Let's see what they have. CTAF 18.0, so it's tower frequency, but it's CTAF when the tower is not available, so that's the frequencies we use at that. So 118. 075, I think it was. Yeah, so 1805, that's Jackson Tower, so that's what we're going to use once we get within close to the control zone there to announce our attentions. Perfect. I don't know if anyone watched the first flight I did, but I was on VATSIM, and then vPilot had a sound issue. I couldn't hear the controller anymore, and he couldn't hear me. Never had that happen before, but I had to log off and log back on. So, but right now there's no traffic around anyway. But I'll make all the broadcasts on VATSIM as appropriate anyway. VFR chart here. Set that ready in case we need it, but essentially we're going to be picking up this highway here. So it's basically the highway that's just running across the right now underneath us. So this highway here is going to be the road we're actually going to pick up. See it following all the way up here. So now you can have a tablet with all your VFR charts on it and stuff like that. It's nice. Just have to carry a whack load of maps around with you in the old days. Yeah, so just looking at the next day, I think we are going to be here in Jackson. Probably just go down this way to Boise and then do a second leg from Boise out to Portland area. And will be a great starting point to start our trek up the coast. So probably go from Boise up to Vancouver Island somewhere. And then up to probably Prince Rupert might be a good location. And that's still in Canada, British Columbia up here. And then we get into Alaska up here. Then up to Juneau and then flying up the coast. Down to Anchorage area and then straight up to Barlow after that. So we've got our highway going there. Terrain's going to get a little bit higher. Okay, I don't think we're going to need the weather radar anymore, so we'll put that in standby. Yeah, so this plane has pretty decent cruise speed. We're able to get over 200 true knots, even lower altitudes. And if we go IFR up to the higher altitudes, like high teens, we should be able to get it up to about maybe 225 true, maybe. Still above 10 degrees outside. Yeah, let me know in the comments or the chat if you've done any long trips like this. I know I did my first one in the DA62 was around the world, but that takes quite a while. This is a nice little option where you can do a delivery flight like this. Basically staying in North America, but lots of diversity and lots of scenery to see on the route. Once we get up to Needs, we can pick up the highway there and just follow that up. So I'll put it in terrain mode. Menu, topo. Good. I'll leave it both on. Got the highway feature we can to reference there. We'll see what the altimeter is at Bois. 3024. We'll dial that in. ATC online. And the airplane that took off out of there a while ago took off out of 19. Yeah, so straight in 19 should work. Okay, there's Dubois Airport there. Let's see what that runway is. So, review 1129. It's a 6,700 foot runway. Wow, yeah, it's a decent size. Not much around here though. Little town right here. And then we're just going to be following this highway up after that. This is not getting the right altimeter, hitting the B button here, and it's not giving me the right altimeter for Dubois. .3024. If I hit the B button, it's giving me 3014. So I'm just going to put in whatever they had for the actual weather here. And then Jackson Hole. Is 3024 as well. Okay, now it's basically following this highway. Maybe going up through here. Goes off to the right for a little bit. Just open my tablet. Kind of want that facing track up if I can get it. This is the highway we're going to be picking up here, so we're just going to be flying. Going to end up going up to the right here. You can kind of see it going up through here. Might have to climb up a little bit. See the Grand Teton Mountains over here. What I'll do is I'll disengage the autopilot and the auto throttle, or I said autopilot and the flight director, and we'll just kind of hand fly, following the road up here. See the highway just to the right there. Kind of be going up through this valley here. Start seeing the scenery is looking pretty good on the mountains there. Try to keep it under 11,000. So it is amazing how you can fly IFR in this sim, for sure. Everybody's lasers following this road up here. It's going to go up through this pass. This is part of the mountain scenery upgrade for World Update 22, I think was the last one that came out. Once we get through this valley, we'll have to descend down to 7,500 feet. Join the straight in for runway 19, and I can load and activate that once we get down into the other valley there. The scenery looks really, really good.
Terrain ahead.
It's okay, we're visual with the terrain.
Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead. Pull up. Terrain ahead. Pull up.
Oh, we're fine.
Terrain ahead.
Right there.
Pull up. Terrain.
You can actually shut that off, I think, if you want to, but I'll leave it on. It's always good to have on. So this is the valley we're going for Jackson Hole. And then it'll be a left turn down the valley and join in the straight in. So what I'll do is I'll activate the procedure. I'll activate the approach. You can see there, so we'll just fly in and pick up the straight in approach. Put the frequency up for Jackson Hole. get about 10 miles out, I'll make a radio call. We're 28 miles right now, so start a slow descent. Increase the mixture just a little bit for the descent with the power back. Get our descent going. Definitely beautiful scenery around here, that's for sure.
Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead. Pull up. Terrain ahead. Pull up. Terrain ahead. Terrain
we are
ahead.
visual at the terrain.
Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead. Pull up.
Let's inhibit
Terrain
there.
ahead.
There we go. Okay, we'll continue following the highway here. As it descends into the valley. Jackson Hole. Get down to about 7,500 feet, so I'll just put that in the altitude selector here. That'll be the pattern altitude, and then we'll join. That'll be about 1,000 feet above the airport. Join from there. So we'll put 189 for our track. Gas is on both tanks. Fuel, we got just under half a tank full size, so both sides, so lots of fuel if we need to divert, but I don't think we'll have to. Yeah, the weather really opened up nice up here once we got out of Colorado there. This highway goes left turn right down to Jackson Hole. So landing light is on. Feet to go. Yeah, definitely worth doing some flying around here if you want to enjoy the new scenery for the World Update. Really looks great. Not a super long runway, but quite a few airliners do fly in here too. We're 19 miles out. See any traffic on the VATSIM map there. Cross track, we're less than 5 miles. Level off here at 7,500 feet. Make a left turn and just fly the straight in track down to runway 19. Yeah, the new mountain sceneries look really good. Beautiful lake there. Pretty popular place for the rich and famous. Lots of biz jets come in here. Some good skiing around here, I think. Should almost be visual down there pretty soon. Keep inching our way down to 7,500 feet. Jackson Hole traffic, it's Barron, November 848 Delta. We're 11 miles to the north, beach wind into straight in, runway 19. Full stop, Jackson Hole. There's our track coming in. Yeah, you can see the airport just right there. We got the airport just up here. Perfect. We'll get the props full forward, mixtures, prop sync off. Get back down to 7,500 feet. Pick up the glide path here pretty soon on the visual. A little bit of a tailwind up here. Not too bad though. Altimeter is updated. Just fly right into the glide slope for the visual approach. And right now we're only about 5 miles out, 6 miles out. Jackson traffic, it's Barron, November 848 Delta, 5 miles, straight in, runway 19, Jackson Hole. Remind ourselves of our speeds. We've got 152 for the flaps and gear, and then 122 for full flap. Speeds are looking good. Get the approach flap out. A little bit of power. Comes our glide slope. Okay, we'll get the gear down. A little bit of power off. Got the Vazzies now. Just fly those in. So gas is on both tanks. We got mixtures. Props are full. Gear is down. Flaps are at approach. Full flap to go. A little bit high here. Good. Jackson Hole traffic, it's bearing 848 Delta. It's short final, landing runway 19, full stop, Jackson Hole.
500.
Okay, I'll get the full flap. Keep it around 100 knots. And 95, that's good. Flaps are down. Touchdown. Check the brakes, we're good. And welcome to Jackson Hole. Okay, with the flaps up. We got little alternators just for the things. Open the cowl flaps up. We'll exit left here, Alpha 2. Lane light off, strobe light off. Taxi light on. Lean the mixtures a little bit, just for taxi. Actual traffic, it's bearing 848 Delta, clear in Alpha 2, taxiing south to GA parking, Jackson. Okay, so flaps are up. Well, welcome to Jackson Hole. That was a really nice little flight. Glad we were able to do the whole thing VFR. And the FBO is right down at the end here. I'll shut the heater off. It's getting a little warm in here. We don't need that on. It's off. We can open. The vent is open. And GA parking should be right here. Normally in real life, I think you'd see a lot of business jets around here. Be packed with them. It's nice little scenery. It's included with the world update, so yeah, great little airport. Free for everyone in the sim. just pull in here. That looks good. Get the parking brake on. Taxi light off. The beacon nav lights off. Avionics are off. All switches are down. We'll get the mixtures to cut off. Both engines are off. Mags off. Looking pretty good. Alternators off. And battery off. There you go. Well, welcome to Jackson Hole. Definitely a great little flight. Nice little FBO here. Yeah, well, thanks for joining me on this flight today. Whether you watch it live or whether you're watching it later on, appreciate it. And if you did enjoy the flight, let me know. Hit that like and share, subscribe, sign up for notifications, and you'll see the next leg of our delivery flight to Alaska. The mountains look great here and the new scenery. Really nice. Yeah, so I think the next one we'll head off towards Boise and maybe Portland, Oregon. That will be hopefully Sunday afternoon. So feel free to join me if you want to fly on VATSIM, or you can do this on your own time. Great way to fly this great aircraft in the sim, the Baron by BlackSquare. Thanks for joining me. Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see you next time on the channel. Bandit out. Take care.